Oh man. My Mimi is the coolest person in the world. Mimi. Mimi.
Yeah.
Mimi, you sound tired.
Yeah, I am.
Oh no. Why are you tired, Mimi? Why are you tired, Mimi?
Well, it's now 10 minutes to 3.
But wait, Mimi. Aren't you usually up this late, though?
Yeah, I'm usually read my Bible.
So, Mimi, what does that tell you? What does that tell you, Mimi?
It doesn't tell me anything.
Well, if you're usually up at this time and you're tired like you are right now, I think your lungs are a little overexerted.
Yeah, I gotta do my breathing treatment. Well, hang on.
Oh, you're really gonna do it? You're really gonna do it?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone, big news. This is big news. I have been telling her to do a breathing treatment all day, and she's finally doing it. Yes. See how much I love my grandma? I will literally fight with her to and fro to get her to do her breathing treatment. You heard it here first, people. Live on the podcast. My grandma will do her breathing treatment. And I will make sure of it. Because you see, my grandma is my best friend. And I mean that. Not everyone can say that. Okay. But listen, you have seen how much my grandma has been there for me when I was going through episodes, everything. That's why I've been there so much. When people would say, okay, Mom, you do it yourself. You do it whenever you feel like you're a grown adult. So, nope. Not me. I will make sure that she takes her breathing treatment. And look at that. I turned the podcast on. And look at that. She went straight to it. Yes. So now I know what to do when she's going to and fro with me about, oh, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. I'll do it. Oy vey, that was funny. You guys should have heard some of the stuff she was saying. I wish I was podcasting the conversation earlier, but oh well, I wasn't. But man, I've been feeling really good. I've actually been cleaning all day. Just cleaning everything. So I think I'm getting back into my rhythm of just, just doing everything, being responsible and keeping everything clean. Because I just need to. It's part of responsibility. It's just so hard for me to deal with change. I don't know if anyone else can deal with that. But like when change happens, like when stuff changes, like my mind just goes bonkers. I don't know how to handle. I'll get into episodes when there's change. What is that? But yeah, I've just been doing everything little by little. Cleaning everything. And I didn't go out at all, I mean, I went out a little bit. Forgot what I did. What did I do? I went to go talk to my piercer. He said that I will be able to go to an 8 gauge. Yes. Can't wait for that. He said it'll be in 2 months. Pretty excited about that. And this Monday, I got a tattoo coming up. I'm so excited for that. And let me tell you what my tattoo is, just so everyone knows what it is. Okay, so there is a date. So basically, when I was not on medicine, I was paranoid every day that I was going to die. And I really hated it. But I remembered when I was in high school, or even middle school, there was this thing called deathclock.com. I don't even know if that website's up. But I knew there was a thing where it can give you an estimated death by how you answer the questions. There's tons of health questions and everything. You answer it, and it gives you your estimated death date by the questions that you answered and how you answered them. Like it goes by body mass index. Are you a smoker? Are you on any medication? How much do you weigh? All that stuff. How tall are you? Like everything. And it's actually what got me into making a bracelet, because I had it as a bracelet at first, was there was a watch that's very popular in another country, and it basically teaches people to live their life to the fullest because life is short. And it's a nice watch, and it goes by the time of your death date. So how much time it is, like say it's like 1,000 hours and something, like it's clocking down from that time. And I wanted one, but you won't believe how much those watches were. They were about, I think it was like $400 or something like that. I could make a bracelet easily, and I did that. It wasn't my first bracelet I made. But yeah, when I got into making bracelets for people at work and stuff, like to get out of my paranoid stage when I go home, I would just make bracelets for some people at work. And then everyone was wanting one. And then it was just becoming a chore, and then I just stopped doing it. Like, I'm like, man, everyone wants a freaking bracelet. I don't care if you were offering me money for one. I was doing it to help my mental state of mind. Like, I was not doing it as a business. But yeah, my death date, Tuesday. Let me get the bracelet. So yeah, I mean, I answered the questions as accurate as possible. I don't know where that bracelet is. I'm not gonna find it. So basically, I have the day and the date. And I want to get that tattooed on me because that was a big deal with getting me out of my paranoia. And I don't know if I informed you guys about the severe episode that I had with my grandma when I was in the parking lot. It was like, it wasn't yesterday, was it? I think it was. It was bad. I got some bad news from the caseworker, really. Well, bad news in my case. But, I mean, we're working on it. Because now I vocalized the subject matter that was tough for me to bring up. Let me make sure my grandma's still on the phone. Because I did not hear that breathing machine. Okay, I hear it. Okay, she's on the line. She ain't passed out. But, yeah, got some stuff because I opened up about something that I've never, ever been able to say. Because growing up, naturally as a little boy, you start to like girls and stuff. Mom over my head tons of times, James, stop doing it. That's creepy. Hey, stop that. That's creepy. Don't do that. Instead of like someone like helping me to correct me on, to properly do that, talk like a man is supposed to a woman. I didn't have that kind of coaching growing up, so kind of. But in my dad's defense, he did not grow up with a dad. He was abused growing up, so this is a whole nother story. It pretty much messed me up because I got mom telling me how to be a man, and basically everything was just creepy. Now, I have a theory about the reason why she did that, because like when I got my notes back from the caseworker and me actually vocalizing that, and my caseworker wants me to just come out comfortable with how I feel about things, and so they're going to work with me on all that. But I have a theory that, I don't know, maybe mom saw me doing stuff, and maybe dad did to get to whoa her, maybe, and she didn't want a little dad running around, maybe. See, I was supposed to be an abortion. Because they were too young. But then, no, grandma did not allow it. So I don't know if maybe mom was doing stuff out of spite. I don't know. Maybe it was unintentional. But constantly telling your son that's creepy. Like, what do you think it's going to do? He's just going to shut down. And that's exactly what I did. Because I got a hold of virtual role games, which my caseworker pulled up the notes on. Those notes were from the hospital when I was in middle school. See, that's what's cool about getting help, guys. They have access to all that. And, yeah, I was doing the virtual reality game since middle school. And she was saying, wow. So, yeah, that experience that you had in middle school with these virtual role games probably really messed you up, because you're being told you're creepy and this and this in reality, and then in virtual reality, a whole nother ball game. You can actually be yourself and everything, and so basically, that's the reason why I got the septum ring. I'm slowly becoming what I have always wanted to become. Because in the virtual reality game, my avatar always had a septum, because I've always been obsessed with septum. That's the only piercing I'm going to get. Tattoos, I always had those on my avatar too. I'm not going to go as insane as I did with my avatar, because I want to keep them, professional. If I got to cover up, I can cover up, no problem. Just like I can flip up my septum, or if it goes bigger, I can just get a tunnel in there. And there you go. But yeah, so a lot of messed up stuff. Because when it came to the virtual reality stuff, that's when I was finally, what's the word for it? Exposed to stuff teenagers do, but it was on a virtual reality game. And me, I'm in middle school. My mind is still in the developing stages. And, I remember telling them, I'm like, what? You can't do that in here. This is a video game. You can't do that. Nope. She showed me, and she was like, let me just do everything, because you think you can just do it. You think it's just a video game. Nope. And no, it wasn't. And me, in my little mind, I'm just like, whoa. That's when I became hooked like a fish. I was hooked like a fish. And then it hit me in the long run. Because by the time I think I was like 19, 18 maybe 20, there was this woman that I was with for a long time who was in England. And I was crazy bonkers about this girl. Accent, pale skin, beautiful red hair, gorgeous. We would Skype all the time. We would just play video games together. That was it. And eventually, she was going to transfer over to UGA. And we were going to move in together. Well, something was looking over me because something was obviously going to happen. I even remember they were going to come to Dragon Con, her and her sister. And I remember I was trying to get my mom, no, let's go to Dragon Con. Go to Dragon Con, blah, 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 blah. Because she was going to be there. She was gorgeous. But, English accent, everything. And I thought everything was cool. But one day I logged on Skype and boom, she just went off like fire. I found someone in my town. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want nothing to do with you. Blah blah. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, I'm looking out the window. I remember I was looking out the window because these kids and stuff are out playing, and I'm just like, I am a grown man. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? Like literally, all my relationships, all my boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, I don't think I probably got married. Maybe once, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got married. I remember that. But that was not on the virtual reality game. It was on an MMORPG, and that was hilarious. Because looking back on it, I was like cracking up. But like I said, I was just a little kid, man. Little kids and they're exposed to stuff. Like, when I got that on the virtual reality game, I'm like, who needs reality? I got it all right here. Like, and that's kind of what, kids are doing nowadays now. See, I was just doing it when it wasn't cool. But now, you got the mics. And they're probably doing stuff on the mics that mommy and daddy don't know about. Telling you, man, that stuff will mess up your kid's head, man. And then they're going to be thinking, man, why go in reality and try to do stuff when I could do it here in virtual reality and do anything I want? No, it really messes you up. Because it messed me up like big time. My social problems and everything was severe. Yeah, throughout high school, I had one little relationship. Well, I don't really consider it a relationship. It was just there. Like, it was just there. And it was basically because my sister, who was very popular in school, and her friend kind of, forked it. And they're like, ooh, we saw her give him a Valentine. Oh my gosh, James finally got a Valentine. Oh my gosh, he finally got a Valentine. We gotta hook them up. Oh, it was whatever. But I don't really consider it because it was really nothing. But yeah, those virtual reality games, they will eat you alive. And I'm learning that. Learning a whole lot of stuff about reality. The thing is that I got problems now, severe problems. I'm working on, coping on, and I'm a caseworker helping me out. Got an addiction problem to prodding my ears. Like, yeah, my friend, one that I like to do cuddling with and whatnot, she was telling me to take care of myself, so I'm just trying to do it for her. I did cheat. I prodded my ear today. I gotta stop. Man, one day I'm gonna go deaf. But I'm hoping not. It's just been a coping skill for my depression, anxiety. Like, I remember when I was home and I just couldn't take it anymore. I would go in mom's bedroom and I would go get the Q-tips and I would just poke and prod. And then I come out just feeling like I really don't care anymore. I feel good. I'm going to sit down here. Can't move really because my equilibrium's all messed up. But I'm fine. And then come to find out from my friend, she was telling me, yeah, people are addicted to cleaning their ears. And I'm like, no joke. People are. Thank you. Someone who understands. Like, it's an addiction. Like, once you start, you can't stop. Think about it. How often do you Q-tip your ears? Huh? You do it every day, right after the shower. But you always make sure to do it. Now, do it like poking and prodding and going side to side, just like what really gets me is if I do it far up and then I go far down. And then like maybe do a little side to side a little bit. The side that I really like is the right side, just really going that right side and you're just in heaven. And usually, I remember I was late for work one day because I did it because I'm just like, man, I feel like crap. It's raining out. And I did it and I overslept. Like I was like 30 minutes late. But yeah, I'm working on that. I just got to find motivation to stop. And I got motivation to stop. And I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. One way or another, I'm going to stop. But, as I, progress throughout the year and, 2019 comes closer to 2020, everything just gets better and better. Like even today, I have an experience, just learning new stuff every single day. And, the more stronger I stay and I just stay away from the past and then just keep moving forward, everything starts to eventually put itself in place. But I'm telling you, do not get on virtual reality games. And this is coming from someone who was addicted to them. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Now you're probably curious and you're probably going to try it. But if you're going to try it, don't get addicted. Which chances are you probably won't, because you probably don't know how to really, maneuver it. Like, I'm not going to give tips and everything on it. I speak against it. I've seen people who are severely mentally ill on them things where they were married to someone and like they would literally stay in the chat room and the husband and wife would be in bed. They would sleep, while the avatars are sleeping, they would sleep next to their laptop and keep their laptops running. Like some of them would even go far as Skyping while you're asleep, so they wake up and boom, there's them. I never got that bad. We Skyped like, good bit, played video games while we Skyped, and that was it. And then, like, when she would be waking up to go to work and whatnot, I was already up because I was a night owl, and we would chat before she left, and yeah. And everything was virtual reality, and don't recommend it because it messes up your reality. Look at me, 28. I don't know how to do a lot of things, but I'm learning and I'm trying. Got my caseworker, I'm making friends, and I'm learning how to make friends in adult life. And you don't make friends like you did back in high school. What do you have to bring to the table to that person? And boom, that's how you make a friend. Oh, you got a business you're working on? Give me some business cards. I'll send them out every now and then. That's how you make friends. They help one another. I still got to make that shirt for my tattoo artist. He wants me to make a shirt for the podcast, so I'm going to work on that. Once I get everything mentally straight, and I'll even have him on the podcast, I just got to get everything straightened out. And the way he wants to do it, I sound like I'll need to get a mic, because I need a mic anyway, so I'll get that. So yeah, everything's just running along. Everything's going fine. So I'm gonna make this a routine. Just do cleaning every day. Just a little cleaning, you know. And yeah, all about being an adult. And I really hope she's doing her breathing treatment. Cause I don't even hear the breathing machine. Maybe she's washing it. I don't know. Or what if she fell asleep? I don't know. I guess we'll see. We're gonna stay online till she comes back, unless it comes out of hand. That is, comes out of hand. All see. Yeah. I don't recommend virtual reality games, and I already know kids nowadays. You know, the Xbox 360 and the mics, it's more advanced than what it was when I was doing all that stuff. Like, when I was playing, like, on the virtual reality games, like, the only one that you could use your mic on was a game called Second Life, but I wasn't into it at the time. I didn't get into Second Life till, like, when I got older, because I was just tired of the people in the community on the other virtual reality games I view. There's a bunch of different virtual reality games, and it's not virtual reality as in your headset. No, it's jobs. It's a game where you can pretty much be whoever you want, and you dress your avatar like if you want to be a male, you can be a male. If you want to be a female, you can be a female. If you want to do certain occupation, you can do a certain occupation. If you want to, you know, I don't know, work at a hotel, you can. If you want to work in a bank, you can go work in a bank. Like, you can literally do anything in these games. And that's how I got sucked in. Like, it's like, why live reality when I could just do all of this? And it's like, man, I'm already getting girlfriends and stuff. And as a kid, it's cute. I remember when Grandma actually came down to Georgia, and I remember telling her about my very first serious relationship online. And it was with this girl named Gabby. And I met her on IMDU, and yeah, it was pretty, we would talk on the phone, everything. And it was cool. And then, like, I don't know. I remember I was on vacation. We went to Illinois to go visit family. And I would go through withdrawals because I, like, missed her. And, like, I was very, like, codependent and everything. And I didn't know how to handle. So, you know, I log online. She didn't know I was going to do it, but I did it from my dad's computer, and because he had a laptop, and I log in, and I see her in a chat room that, like, it didn't register. Like, I don't know this chat room, and I look, she was cheating on me while I was on vacation. That crushed my little kid heart, and I remember calling her, and I remember this. I was in my aunt and uncle's bathroom, like, just, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And all this. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I mean, it's bad. Like, I'm telling you, those games will mess up a little kid's head. Like, I'm serious. Your brain is still in the growing process. Because you see, what it was, I was fine. I mean, sure, I still have some mental issues. But that game, the virtual reality game, was the icing on the cake. Because sure, I had, like, you know, the violent tendencies and everything as a kid. But at the end of the day, I played first-person shooters, and I played them things religiously. So I wasn't as bad because, you know, I had a hobby and I had something that I was good at. I wasn't thinking about a boyfriend or a girlfriend or any of that. I wasn't thinking about being that. That wasn't even registering in my head. I was just thinking about being a kid, playing this game, and one day getting old enough to join a clan. And that was my goal. And my goal was not to get a girlfriend. My goal was not to, my goal was just to be the best in the video game. That was it. I was that innocent. And I mean, it worked for a long time. I played those first-person shooter games, specifically Unreal Tournament, since 1999, because that's when my dad bought me my own computer. We moved down to Georgia. It was way small, the family, and this was when me and Dad actually played video games together. And that was one thing that I really, really missed growing up, because for him it was a phase, but for me, that was father and son time. So I was attached to it. And I remember I would beg for Dad. I would say, Dad, I'm talking to your friend, Dad. Me and him are playing right now, look. And there was this guy, his name was Bill, or Willie. He changed his names. He went by Bill when Dad was getting with him. And Dad and him were cool. Dad was cool with a bunch of these people. Dad was in this clan called HHS, which standard for Headhunting Snipers. And I remember I would go in the service and say, hey, you know my dad. Yeah, my dad he's HHS Kane. Yeah, that's my dad. And I remember I thought it was the coolest thing. My dad was in the clan. They had a server. And I was just this innocent little kid thinking that's the coolest thing ever. And eventually, Dad made some friends on there, he befriended people from all around the world. I remember him and his friend, I think his name was like Hollow Eve or something like that. Him and Dad exchanged currencies because Dad wanted to know what Canadian money looked like. And that's what I mean. I saw my dad befriending people from all around the world. I saw all that. And Dad was the coolest thing in the world. I'm yeah, my dad's in that clan. And then after a clan battle, because they would do clan battles, there was a HHS, Headhunting Snipers. There was KONA, Killers of North America. There was BOA, Best of America. And there was BOC, Best of Canada. What other clans were there? I remember there was EBK, Every Bullet Kills. I got another story about them. Dad was in HHS, and the leader of the clan was Flatliner. And I remember, in Flatliner and his son, Killer B, were both in the clan. And, I'm wow, that's cool. One day that's going to be me and my dad and everything. I was stoked about all that. But then, I don't know, one day Dad just stopped playing, and I was still a kid, and I was still hanging out with those people. I was saying, yeah, you were a friend of my dad, and I was hanging out with these people, in the game. They would invite me to their private games that they would do with just clan members and stuff, because that was my dad. And I remember some of them would ask, hey, where's he at? How come he ain't on? Blah blah, and all this, and I'm just, I don't know. You just try to ask him to get on, he don't get on. But it was that's what really got me into it. And I played Unreal Tournament 1999, Game of the Year edition. And then I remember they came out with Unreal Tournament 2003. I didn't like Unreal Tournament 2003. I thought it was horrible. So I went back to Unreal Tournament Unreal Tournament 1999. And I remember I stayed on 1999 until I was in middle school. Yeah, so I was in middle school. Or was it elementary. I don't know. I don't even know how old I was in 2004. But anyway, they released Unreal Tournament 2004. Now, Dad might not have played. He didn't play, but he knew how devoted I was to that game. So Dad made sure to get all of them. We had Unreal Tournament 1999. We had Unreal Tournament 2003 and Unreal Tournament 2004. And Unreal Tournament 2004 is when things got real. Now, before I transferred over to Unreal Tournament 2004, let's see, 1999, it was in Unreal Tournament 1999. I think my dad finally let me, no, I don't remember how that ended, but I was in SSS, which was Forbidden something snipers, which was a clan that was around when I was a kid. See, Dad let me join a clan at a certain age. I don't remember what it was, but I remember being involved with them, and like I thought that was the best thing ever. Like these guys had multiple servers. Like I was wearing their tag. I was like official. And I don't remember what happened. I don't know if they broke up. I don't think they broke up. I mean, they did, because that happens. But I remember I played with them a long time. And eventually I transferred over to 2004 because I think something happened with the clan. Like, because usually when the clans would break off, because I would be devoted to these clans. Like, we got a clan war going, I would jump in there. I was like, count me in. I'll be there. Right after school, I'll be in there. Like, yeah, we get on team chat, everything. No, TeamSpeak. So get on TeamSpeak. Well, actually, at that time it was MIRC, which was just texting chat. There was no voice. I think something happened around there. But I was in FSS for a long time, a good bit. I also remember being a part of another clan before I left. I forget the name of that clan. I remember being a part of FSS for a while, but there was another clan. I don't remember it. I was only in like 2 clans in the Game of the Year edition. And then 2004 came when, I guess, whatever clan it was, either I was choosing to leave. It was with this, Dad's friend from Canada was Hollow Point, not Hollow Deep, it's Hollow Point. But there was a guy who was in the clan. I was in his clan, and I remember telling him I'm resigning or something like that because I'm actually liking 2004 better than this version or something like that. I remember I would come back every now and then and still play with him. But then eventually I just stopped showing up. Because I liked 2004 a lot better. It was way more fun. They had, there was a server called IDA, and I don't remember what IDA stands for. But that server was my jam. And that's when I met a bunch of the friends I have. And I'm still friends with some of them. My friend Alan, he was a long member of the clan called Fallen Angels. I was involved, like, because they were good. They would come in the server and they would just kill everybody. I mean, they would just annihilate everybody. And I'm like, whoa, man, these dudes are cool, man. And I remember I befriended one of them. It wasn't my friend Alan. I befriended one of them. I don't remember his name. And I would hang out with him a lot. And eventually, he brought up, hey, you want to try out for the clan? I can talk to the leader. We can get you set up. And I was like, okay, cool. And so, yeah, when I did that, like, it was like that. That was the clan that I was really, really dedicated with. I mean, I was dedicated, like, that was some fun times. And then they broke up, which was devastating because it wasn't the same. Like, because, like, me and my friend Alan, we were, like, when I tell you about these first-person shooters, man, especially in the Unreal Tournament with the Quake series, when they're coming from Quake to Unreal Tournament, like these dudes eat, sleep, and breathe Unreal Tournament, man. Like, there was a clan war, boom, they would be there. And but yeah, it was fun. It was like I was a part of something. And that's why I always liked those games. I always felt like I was a part of something. I was a part of something. Because in reality, I wasn't a part of anything. I was socially awkward. Socially awkward. But, but in these games, I was cool. I was awesome. I was this. I was that. I was cool. And, it all started with just me and Dad playing. And then Dad just stopped. I mean, there was some times Dad tried to get back in it, but he wasn't trying to get on Unreal Tournament. He tried to get on Call of Duty. I told him I don't like Call of Duty. I tried it one time. I didn't like it. It's not science fiction like Quake. It was too realistic for me. I like the science fiction stuff. But yeah, I was involved in that clan for a long time, SA, and then they broke up, and then it just went down from there. Because I remember that's when I started, I would just go under different names all the time and just dominate servers and stuff, and I don't know. And then my friend Alan was like, "Hey man, I'm about to play some RuneScape. You ever play it?" And I was like, "No, what is it?" And he was like, "Come join me and I'll show you." And that's when I got exposed to MMORPGs. And then when I got exposed to that, then I started to venture, and I got addicted to RuneScape. And that was the very beginning of everything. Because I remember in RuneScape, one of the friends I made, I remember he told me something about, he's like, "Yeah, I'm about to get married, man." I'm like, "What? How in the world do you get married on a video game?" And "Well, you can come." And he invited me, and it was at this world, and they had a chapel and a preacher and everything. And I'm just like, what in the world? I was like, okay. And they exchanged rings and everything. And I'm just like, what? I didn't get it. It wasn't registering in my head. But I thought it was interesting. I mean, going from first-person shooters to this, it's just, I don't know, it was something I had to get used to. And then eventually I understood, because when you get in there, you're a little kid, and when you start getting higher level and stuff, and you got everyone, lower level people trying to be your friend, all that stuff, blah, blah. And I remember there was a woman on there, and we got married, and looking back, it's hilarious. Because, okay, so this is how it happened. My friend, he said, "Yeah, I can do it. I'm a preacher. I'm actually a preacher, so I can do that." He's a preacher on the game. This guy was someone he was in the clan with me and Alan. It wasn't my friend Alan, it was someone else. I forget his name, but he was in our clan too. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I can get y'all married and everything." I'm like, man, so I'm seeing my friends who are in my clan, they like this type of stuff. So that's when I started to get, into that. And my friend Alan, he never got married on those games or anything, but Alan, he was always good with reality. He was always talking to women and stuff. But some, I don't know about the other women. I remember that guy who was like, "Yeah, I'm a preacher on this game, so I can do that." So he was preaching, and he was telling us, doing the vows and everything, and I'm like, cool. So yeah, I'm married to this woman now. And so I felt like I had a responsibility. I'm like a knight in shining armor. I gotta go slay dragons and stuff, and I don't know. But it was funny because we got married, and then someone runs in the chapel and they say, "Wait, don't marry him. I want to marry you." And I was just laughing. I'm like, what the heck? I was texting my friend on him, and I'm like, what? Is this supposed to happen in this game? I didn't know what was going on. He was like, he was like, I don't know, let's just see where things go and whatnot. And so we just hear him like beg and plead. Eventually, she chose me because I was higher level and stuff. And it's just like, but I don't know. Then I don't know what happened to that person. I think I got bored with it, and then I just kind of did my own thing. But I gave it a try. I didn't really care for it, but that thing. But I mean, you would see stuff on them games, like I remember you go to Worldwide and like me and my friend would always mess with people, and it was one of my friends that I went to school with. We would go upstairs in like the general store, and you would see a male avatar and a woman avatar up there, and they would be texting provocative stuff back and forth. And then I remember this one episode, me and my friend went up there, and this person said, "Hey, get out of my house! Get out of my house!" And we're like, "It's not your house. It's upstairs at the general store." And he's like, "Well, it's my house. Get out!" And it was just hilarious because he had a little one up there or whatever. But then you come to find out, like, all the women on there were guys, and they were just using it to get money. And yeah, because I was actually friends with the guy in school who did that. He would change his avatar when he was needing money. He would change his avatar to a female for like a year, date someone, get all this money, and then change the male and block them. And like, but somewhere along the lines, that's when I was looking in other games. I don't remember what got me into IMVU, but something got me into it. And it was in 2008 when I joined, because it was after, I don't know, Gaia was getting boring, because I would play Gaia on the side, because that was another game my friend Alan got me into. And that was a game my friend Alan got me into. He got me into RuneScape and Gaia, because I was like, man, skilling is so boring. He's like, oh, you should just play this game while you skill. And like, so I played RuneScape while I played Gaia, and eventually I got my avatar set up perfectly, and then I just got bored, and I was like, I need to go find something else. And so I was trying to find games like Gaia, and bam, there was IMVU, and that's where everything took off. Everything took off from there. Now, that's for a whole nother story. And Grandma's still not back. Grandma, you there?
Back.
Oh, you're back?
I'm back. I'm done.
Why didn't you say something?
Because you were talking.
Oh, yeah, I was telling a big old story.
Didn't want to interrupt.
Grandma, you can always interrupt.
Oh, thank you.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, you're the coolest person in the world, so you have the upper hand.
Oh, okay.
You see how awake my grandma is now?
Yep.
Grandma, how awake are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
There you go. You can't beat that.
Yep.
So, Mimi. Oh, but anyway, before I get into a conversation with you. But anyway, guys, so that's when I went to the IMVU thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll tell the rest of the story in another podcast or something. But yeah, anyway, back to my grandma. So, Grandma, what did Donna want? Why was she over there so late?
She was wide awake and she wanted to talk.
Talk about what?
Talk about her dogs and what they've been doing and her grandkids, and we talk about a lot of things. I talk about my kids, and I talk about you, and she asked me who was on the phone. I said James was.
She knew that. She knew that. She knew that. She knew I was on that phone. She knew. I know she knew.
Yeah.
She knew, didn't she?
I'm sure. I don't know.
She did. Well, Donna has her own grandma. Donna, wait, how old is Donna?
Huh?
How old is Donna?
Oh, she's in her 60s.
She's 60? She was she's 60?
I think I don't know. She's never told me her age.
So that's not the woman that that weird situation with Andy, was it?
No.
Oh, okay. Because wasn't that the same complex?
Yeah. And Tina, her name was Tina.
Oh, okay.
And Tina still lives here.
Oh, but y'all ain't friends no more?
Well, she hasn't come over here, so.
Well, all I know is my grandma's cool. Grandma's awesome. Grandma's one of the best solitaire players in the world. And if someone wants to challenge her in solitaire, you're probably going to lose. So, Mimi, what's the plan?
The plan. The plan. The plan.
There you go. Grandma, that was so funny though. When
What?
When we were doing that with the 50-year-old man comes up to you and he says, "Ma'am, I've never had a grandma either. Do you think maybe you could be my grandma too?"
Yeah. Oh, well.
Like, I wish I was recording then, because you yelled, you said, "I'm not going to be your grandma." It's like...
Well, if the guy is 50 years old...
But what if he was mentally ill?
Well, then he'd be mentally ill.
You still wouldn't make an exception?
Oh, James, I don't know. I haven't been in that position, so...
Well, that's the whole point. You're using your imagination.
Oh, well.
Don't you like using your imagination?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I made a plan. When I come home, I'm going to just clean little by little each day. You know, just like Nick. That's what Nick did. Nick would clean little by little each day.
Oh, that's good.
So see, I think I'm getting back in the swing of things.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm proud of you, James.
Amen. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You actually did your breathing treatment. And
I did.
Usually when you're at that point, Grandma, when you're sounding like that, you're usually going to pass out. Now, I'm curious. Was it because I turned the podcast on? Was that what got you to do it?
Well, that helped.
There you go.
But I said I was going to do it, so I did.
Yeah, but sometimes, Grandma, you have told me you were going to do it and you didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Usually when you sound like that...
When I say, in the name of Jesus, I better do it.
You can't beat that.
That's right.
You cannot beat that. Oh, Grandma, did you want to make up from the last time you spoke to my caseworker? Because remember, you kept kicking yourself over that?
Over what?
When I let you talk to my caseworker.
Oh, I don't want to talk to your caseworker.
No, but do you remember when you called me when I was in the middle of... Yeah, and you said, "James, I could kick myself. I didn't know she was trying to talk to me."
I wanted to say, and I forgot to say them. My mind blank.
Yeah, all you said was, "Well, thanks for helping my grandson. It's been nice talking to you. Bye."
Yeah, I know.
You were very short with her.
Well, I didn't know what to say.
And she said, "I've heard so much about you and all this." And my grandma's like, "I'm too cool for this. I'm too cool for this."
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you were thinking it.
No, I wasn't even thinking it.
You weren't?
No.
Well, I heard a little birdie told me that when that happened,
No.
you pulled out your $400 sunglasses and you said, I'm too cool for this. And you put on your sunglasses and hung up the phone.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
Grandma, what kind of sunglasses are those anyway?
You what?
What kind of sunglasses are those anyway?
I don't have any sunglasses.
Hey, do you have a $400 pair of sunglasses next to your recliner?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I can't. I couldn't afford something like that.
Grandma, you live in a...
That would... I'd put that in the bank if I had that.
Grandma, you live in a 5-star resort.
Oh, I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Grandma, don't lie to the people.
People? Are we still on podcast?
Yeah, I was telling a story.
Oh, James.
What, you don't want to be on the podcast, Mama?
No, not right now.
Okay, well, I'll shut the podcast off. Do you at least have something that you would like to advertise?
Dunkin' Donut coffee. Between 1 o'clock in the afternoon and 6 o'clock in the evening in Decatur, Illinois, Dunkin' Donut sells their large iced coffees for 99 cents. And with and everything, it comes to $1.21.
There you go, guys. Drop whatever you're doing. Go do it right now. Go get you one of those large coffees and make it how my grandma said to make it. Remember, guys, 2 Splendas and some cream. 2 Splendas and some cream. Large mocha. Only mocha. Don't get any other flavor. And if you make it like that, you will be making the best coffee that you have ever had in your entire life. 2 Splendas and some cream, a large mocha iced coffee. Grandma, is there anything else you would like to advertise?
Jesus is Lord.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Grandma, is there anything else you want to advertise?
No.
Well, I want to advertise my grandma being the coolest person in the whole wide world. One of the best solitaire players. She actually won 2005 Game of the Year Solitaire in Illinois. She won 1995 the World Championships of Solitaire. My grandma competed several years when it comes to solitaire championships, and she's won numerous. If you come over to her house, you will see solitaire trophies for the year she won. And one of the best competitions that she was in the year 2005, when she put in her retirement when it came to professional solitaire. Remember, Grandma, you were in the battle with what was his name? It was like David Samaya or something like that. And it was like very intense solitaire playing. Like I've never seen someone play solitaire like this. But Grandma, it was going on and on and on. Like they were going, bam, 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 bam. And Grandma took home the trophy. And Grandma said, I know I got a bunch of fans that follow me on my solitaire competitions, but I am resigning professional solitaire. And she resigned. She still has her jersey, though. It's hanging up in her room. And I must say, I idolized my grandma, especially back in them days. She still plays solitaire to keep her wits up. But you know what? Nothing beats like 2005 when Grandma was in the championships of Illinois. That was a good time. But anyway, that's all for the podcast. We're going to put it offline.
Good night.
We